Welcome back to the Triple XP Arcade, the podcast where nerd culture levels up. We're here to press X on all things nerdy, so grab a token, press start, and let's rack up some
Triple XP!
Today in the arcade, as always, we have myself, Drew.
Hey everyone, Lex has logged in.
What's up? It's Gigs.
All right, we've been spending the last few weeks kind of talking about different superhero comic book types of things, who would win in a fight between blah, 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 and so. It kind of got us thinking. We are obviously really big superhero fans, both from like a comic book, cartoon, movie perspective. We haven't talked a lot about video games with superheroes. And now this is kind of a really big topic because superheroes and video games sort of go hand in hand, I'll say. Really, really great properties to make video games for or from. So we wanted to take a whole episode just to talk about what are some, we'll kind of broaden it. We'll say what are some comic book characters that have the best video games and maybe the worst video games. We just kind of want to nerd out about all sort of comic book character video games for this particular episode. I don't even know where to begin because when I think about comic book character video games, I think this is kind of where we get to gauge how old people are, right? Like, if I was to say, Gigs, let's start with you. If I was to say, what's the very first comic book superhero video game you remember playing? What's the first one that comes to mind?
Batman on the NES, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
dang!
Because that's yours, right? I'm pretty sure you own that. Yep,
totally. I forgot I had Batman on the NES. Okay, that one's a pretty way back one. Lex, what about you?
Batman Forever SNES.
Batman Forever for the SNES.
Yeah.
There were so many more before it.
You collect those pogs, you get home, you get that rental from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And you pop it in and you're like, yeah, this is what I need.
Oh my god. You need some 80s, 90s radio music and the sound of cars driving by to make that memory a beautiful film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow. So I think that's kind of around the same time, actually, I don't know if my first memory is X-Men in the arcade, the 4-player arcade cabinet. Do you remember that one?
The double screen one?
The double screen, the only thing that always sticks in my head is Colossus's power.
I love that so much. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that could be the first that I remember. I think probably later on, this was probably after Batman on the NES, is there was the Spider-Man 4-player cabinet one too. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that had Black Cat. Was it Namor? Oh, yeah. Namor of all characters. And Hawkeye, right?
And Hawkeye.
Jeez.
Really weird game that one was, because it went from a side scroller beat 'em up you typically see Final Fight style, and then there would be a moment where it would go into that expanded view, and it's kind of like a multi-level platformer, elevator action.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
It's like the vertical levels in Contra. You're going up the waterfall. Oh,
super weird. So those ones are way back in the day cut. So that's, we're not diving too much into that. I just wanted to set the stage for our listeners on what our first superhero or comic book video games are experience wise. So let's talk about some of the best ones. When we think about superheroes, comic book characters, we're talking about all time from your first memory to today. What are some of the best standout games that you think have just been God dang it, they made a really killer comic book character game here? Lex, let's start with you. What's kind of one that jumps out in your head at first?
So I think I've only ever beaten 2 comic book character video games in my time. The first one. Yeah, the first one is Spider-Man 2 from the GameCube or PS2 era.
Okay, yeah.
Man.
On the movie, based on the
sick.
movie?
I can't remember if it was based on the movie. I just remember the gameplay being so crazy good. Like the swinging mechanic was chef's kiss.
That was based off of the Sam Raimi.
Yeah, because that one's like, I think that tops a lot of people's lists for like one of the best, especially for its time, like the best like superhero game.
Like, so for some of our listeners, if they're a little bit younger, maybe the Insomniac Spider-Man games that are like on the PS5 right now, like Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, like you know that those swing mechanics are pretty tight, right? The traversing through those games is like, so well done. That kind of stemmed from Spider-Man 2 you played on the GameCube, Lex. I had it for the PS2. Did you have it, Gigs, also for one of the systems?
No, I never really played it. So I only played it at my buddy's place because he owned it. And like when, after school, we'd like hang out. That was the only time I ever played it, was just playing on my buddy's save file. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so that's where those swing mechanics initially, I want to say, were birthed from. Is that fair to say, Lex? Would you say that?
I would say so. I think that was like revolutionary for the mechanic of the swing mechanic. It was
Would you say that swing mechanic was produced by Spider-Man 2 the same way he produces his webs?
I think I would say yeah.
Was it produce? I can't remember what word we were all disgusted
excreted.
by. Excreted? Uh-huh.
No.
Nope.
No, that's
organic webbing, I think, was the non-gross way that we can explain that. But yeah, that particular game, Spider-Man 2, yeah, like you're saying, Lex, the mechanics of that required you to latch onto something. So there's the whole open world building setting, and you had to thwip onto buildings, because I don't know if you remember, Lex, the previous Spider-Man. Well, not the previous Spider-Man. There was a Spider-Man game that wasn't tied to a movie for the PS1, just called Spider-Man. Awful game. And when you're web thwipping, he's just like, you just are web slinging in a straight line, and he's just kind of like arbitrarily shooting webs directly above him and swinging. So you can do it indefinitely, but you're not tied to particular. Do you remember that game?
I do. I own a copy of it.
Really?
It's like the one with just Spider-Man's face on the front with the blue background, I think.
Yeah.
And then white around the blue.
Why? Why do you own that game?
I was a big collector back then. When I saw something that was cool, I would buy it, then play it for 10 minutes, and then put it down and never play it again.
Now here's a question for you guys. Do you think that was on purpose because they were basing it off of the old 80s cartoon Spider-Man? Where that's how the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's how he swung his webs in that cartoon.
Just like the side profile version, where he's just
he swings indefinitely, attached to nothing. There's not even buildings in the background. It's just sky. And everyone's like, what is he swinging to? Like clouds and stuff? Or is there a plane above him that is just like constant velocity, the same as Spider-Man?
Yeah, his spider plane. Everyone knows about his spider plane. I think so, Gigs. Actually, I do think that could have been, because this one was not, like I said, it's not movie tied in. I don't think it was tied into the cartoon either. So I think it was tied into like a previous, like the OG property, Spider-Man,
whatever Spider can.
Yeah, so that makes sense why maybe they just didn't put too much thought into the web slinging. But like you're saying, like Spider-Man 2 was like revolutionary, because I've never seen anything like that before. So obviously I don't expect anything prior to that to have had similar types of mechanics. But that's a really good one. Like you were saying, Case, this is usually on the top of a lot of people's all-time best superhero games list. Gigs, what about you? What's kind of the first one that jumps out into your mind is like, God, this was a really great superhero game?
Mine actually. So I just kind of want to riff off of what you guys were saying with Spider-Man 2. So like I said, I never really played Spider-Man 2 that much, but I owned and really liked Ultimate Spider-Man on also the PS2. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was started to get really into comic books at the time too, because that was like high school. Okay. Did you guys ever play that one?
I own it.
Okay. Have you played it though?
No, I have both versions of it though, because there were 2 editions that came out, one with Spider-Man on the front and the other one with Venom on the front.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have both of them, but I have not played them.
Okay.
Gabe,
haven't played it though.
Okay. I really like Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, because it was much more comic based. So everything in cutscenes, all things in the game are kind of based on the Ultimate Marvel version of Spider-Man. And that's kind of when I learned about like Venom or Eddie Brock being kind of nerdier or scrawnier as opposed to the big Eddie Brock that we knew from like the cartoon growing up.
Yeah, Eddie Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. Oh, nice. But yeah, no, I like the swinging mechanics in that game. I think it came just shortly after Spider-Man 2, so I think it had similar swinging mechanics, but it was cartoony as opposed to the more GTA realistic Spider-Man 2 look. So I like that more. The cartooniness, the combat was fun, and because I like the comics more. So it's just like the cutscenes are all like comic panels and stuff.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah, so I really, really liked Ultimate Spider-Man. That was the one that I bought and owned on the PS2. So that was like my first maybe favorite superhero game, I would say. I think, yeah, I'd say so. Roughly. Maybe there's another one you guys will remind me of, but.
And sorry, the swing mechanics for Ultimate Spider-Man were similar to like the Insomniac ones that are out now? Like you're grabbing onto buildings and stuff?
Yeah. You would grapple onto buildings. He would have a zip line type movement. You know how in the Insomniac one he'll shoot a web like directly in front and then pull himself so he like jets forward really fast. So that was kind of in Ultimate Spider-Man. So I really enjoyed traversing New York in that game. So that was kind of mine. So I think it was like similar to Spider-Man 2. I think overall, people regard Spider-Man 2 better than Ultimate Spider-Man, but since I owned Ultimate Spider-Man, that was my favorite one. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Spider-Man had currently even still has some really good games. I guess while we're on the topic of Spider-Man, it's worth just mentioning the Insomniac ones that are currently out, which are also really, really good. Have you both played the PS5 one?
I own both of them.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I should say I own all 3 of them because there's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you beaten all of them?
No, they're hardcore, not played.
All sealed?
Yeah.
All sealed.
I bought a digital copy of the first Spider-Man, actually, because I didn't want to open up my sealed one. Just to show my dad how cool Spider-Man looked and how he can, like, just swing around New York.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, I remember I did that with my dad, too. I showed him how to, like, the swinging part. It's like, hey, Dad, like, not all games are violent. It's like, this is fun.
Yeah. I got the first Spider-Man for the PS5 I actually got from you, Gigs. You let me borrow your copy. And
did I? Oh, I didn't even know I owned it.
Yeah. I have the disc for it. If you want it back, I have it. But it's, it was just so, it made me think about the old Spider-Man 2 game, and it was really, really fun. Both combat, traversal, the story, everything was really cool. As everyone knows, I don't typically beat a lot of games, but I did beat this one. Even so much so to the point, I can't remember if I think I might have 100%ed this one. Or if not 100%ed, I did everything to get 100% of the unlockable costumes for this one. Because you have to do a bunch of extra non-story tasks, which I'm usually not into. Like if I can beat a game with like 14% completion, pack it up and call it a day. I beat it. But with Spider-Man, I was like, oh man, it's just so fun. To what you're both saying, like I would just put it on sometimes when I'm watching like TV and just like swing around and stop a mugger or something, like just do Spider-Man things.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a really, really great job with
the Insomniac one.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm like the opposite. Normally, I'm a collectathon, or not collectathon, but I like to do as much content as possible. And that's actually why I stopped playing Spider-Man. I was getting bored and sick and tired of doing all the collectible things. I was
really?
Because there's just so much, and I don't. I have that. I have a very personal gripe with that quote unquote open world collectathon style that Assassin's Creed kind of introduced in a lot of games, the Ubisoft whatever. And when Spider-Man did it, part of it was fun, but a lot of them I was so sick and tired of doing, especially Harry's, I don't know, lab experiment ones. Do you know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I hated doing them, and it just completely turned me off playing the game because I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I'm like 80% through the game, and I'm probably never going to finish it unless I don't know, because I just can't stand those collectible things.
Fair. You are correct though. It is crazy tedious. Like it was a real slog trying to get all of the costumes unlocked, because the specific one, I think that was like, I just hated doing it, was the one where you have to like chase a pigeon through New York.
Oh, dude. Oh, yes. You had to catch the stupid bird for the pigeon guy on top of the roof.
Yeah. I had to do it like 30 times or something, and I was like, oh, God.
So you reminded me of like...
Yeah. Didn't enjoy that.
The other thing, too, okay, I love the costumes in the game, but I think... You might have to correct me, but I think certain like powers are locked to certain costumes, right? Like your ultimate move.
That's right.
So it's not like you can just wear any costume and use any move. You have to wear certain costumes. And that bugged me because I'm like, some powers are really cool, but the costume I wasn't loving. I think like Scarlet Spiders, I really liked the move, but I've never really cared for Scarlet Spider. So it's like, so disappointing.
I didn't like the ones that had all the stuff. Like, it was like, it's a black suit and there's like green energy things, and he has like spikes and all this like crazy
The ones
stuff.
where it's just like Mattel's weird fever dream costumes and like Toys R Us and stuff. Where it's like, it's like the knockoff Hot Wheels versions of Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. But yeah, so Spider-Man, I think traditionally a lot of really good games. I'm going to switch gears here to another, to what I think we've gone to a few like nerd shows in our city, like collectors, gaming things. I've been on the lookout for this game to purchase again every time we go, and it's always crazy priced. I'm talking about X-Men Origins Wolverine for the PS3.
Right. Yeah. I think you did find it at the last one, but the guy was selling it for like $150 or something.
Yeah, like it's not like absurdly, like it's not like $1 million. You know, we're not talking about thousands of dollars for like a collectible item, but like $150 is still a lot for that game.
Yeah,
I get why though. I get why it's expensive, because this is the weird thing. Also, is like this specifically. X-Men Origins Wolverine is the movie tie-in game from that movie, and the movie sucked a lot. Do you remember the movie of this one?
Yeah, I really do.
He's in Japan, right?
No.
Or part of it?
That's the other one.
Oh, it's another one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the one with the initial Ryan Reynolds Deadpool with his mouth surgically sewn shut.
See, I forgot about it for good reasons.
Yeah, So the movie was like not good.
That movie had one of the best openings I've ever seen, though.
Yes, the opening where Ryan Reynolds is not Deadpool yet. That opening or the elevator?
It's just like the credit roll where it's him and Sabretooth going through all the ages and all the wars.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I thought that was so
that was
cool.
Really sick.
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah. So X-Men Origins Wolverine, the game for PS3 was like incredible. The game was like so much better than it had any right to be, for a variety of reasons. One of the big reasons is that it barely followed the movie storyline. So you were like, okay, we've already set ourselves off on the right path here, because had it followed the storyline closely, I think it would have not been received as well. Still some elements from the movie in there, but it doesn't follow it tightly. But the big thing there is the gameplay. This was like one of the first games. So I guess before I dive down that path, like when you play superhero games, typically you're like, these are comic book heroes, superheroes. You're like beating guys up, right? You're knocking them out, or you're just like destroying robots and stuff like that. But in the X-Men Origins game, he's like fighting people, and it's like gruesome. He's like tearing
super
people.
violent.
Yeah, shredding people apart because it's Wolverine. Because you always think about that, like when you have Wolverine in a game, and you're like, okay, Cyclops can optic blast people, or like Gambit can do is like throwing card exploding thing. But like Wolverine has like knives on his fists. Like, how are you going to make this a PG version of him fighting people? Because you can't have him like fighting humans without doing some sort of critical harm to them.
Irreparable mental damage to the viewer.
You can't knock them out without like kind of diminishing the fact that his power is claws, right? So this game was like, they didn't even try to make it PG. They're like, no, dude, that's Wolverine, and this is how he would fight people. So there's a lot of like, I'm talking about like Mortal Kombat levels of brutality in this game.
Yeah.
But it felt so good to play as Wolverine. It's kind of like how when you play the Spider-Man games, it's like feels good to play as Spider-Man, and you don't feel like you're playing a game with Spider-Man in it, and you're just like, whatever, it's okay, but it's Spider-Man, so that's fine. You're like playing Wolverine, and it was so good. I've been itching to play it again, but if I can find it for anywhere less than $100, I think I'll buy it for the PS3 and dust it off again. But
nice. I don't even think I'm joking. I think I own that game.
Lex probably does.
Yo, Lex, if you own it and it's opened, it's not a sealed copy, bring that next time you're here. And...
Oh man, I don't know where it's in a box somewhere. My parents' place.
Actually, out of curiosity, do you have like a spreadsheet, and that way you can check if you have it?
I think I do, but I don't know where the spreadsheet exists anymore.
Oh no!
From all the
it's also in a box.
Yeah, it's like all my laptop computer upgrades.
Oh, I see.
It's on a hard drive somewhere. I just don't even know how I can find it now. But I remember buying this game because Drew explained the first scene to me. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Sold.
Was it like going through a warehouse and just like discombobulating people?
No, it was in a warehouse. He's like, you're outside, and then your first enemy that you attack, you Wolverine lunge into him, and you like slice off their head. I'm like, what? I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, it starts off at like 100 miles per hour. It's awesome. Totally awesome. Okay, Lex, hit me with another great superhero game that you remember.
So I don't know if it's great, but this is the second game that I have ever beaten that's like a superhero one. Mm-hmm. It's Injustice: Gods Among Us. So I don't even know if
like the fighting game?
Yeah, the fighting game.
Oh. Yeah. That's the second superhero game that you've ever beaten. That's like from 2013.
Yeah, I beat it on Wii U.
Nice.
On the Wii U, nonetheless.
Yeah.
What? That is the weirdest combination of things that you could have picked.
Oh yeah. But if you guys haven't played it, the story was so gripping at the beginning. Always remember, because like the very beginning of it, it's Batman and Joker. Mm-hmm. Or not Superman and Joker. Mm-hmm. And the Joker basically tricks Superman into killing Lois Lane. Mm-hmm. And then that turns into like an atom bomb exploding in Metropolis. So it gets very dark very quickly, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is not what I'm typically used to for like DC shows or games.
Yeah.
And then it ends up with, this is the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler, it ends up with Superman killing the Joker during an interrogation scene with Batman.
Yeah.
So then like it shows like the fall of like, you know, the Golden Boy, and you're like, whoa, this is intense, man. So I thought that was a very cool intro for a game.
Yeah, the story of Injustice was great. Gameplay.
Oh, it was terrible. The worst, one of the worst games I've ever played.
Really? Oh no.
I was like, how do we transition that into the gameplay? Yeah,
no, it was, I put it on easy just so
great.
I can just punch my way through and then continue with the story, because I'm like, I need to know what happens next. Like, I don't care about like the combo I have to do right now. I just want to get to the next cutscene.
Yeah, because have you played Injustice, Gigs?
Nope. I played Injustice 2 at Lex's place a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same concept. It's an NRS game, right? So like the fighting game mechanics of that are just
real bad.
To be desired. Yeah.
Got it.
They like it's for the listeners, it's like Mortal Kombat types of mechanics, but it's not as good as Mortal Kombat mechanics. So it kind of has all of the worst parts of that fighting game style. And then the characters, like, very cool to have all the DC characters, but like the move sets and the way that they fight are just like not what you would hope to see from a game like that, right, Lex?
Yeah, 100%. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The story, though, the story I think was what drove me for the entire game. The one thing that I don't like, I don't know if you remember this, Lex, it's just with NRS games. That's kind of just like a pet peeve of mine, is the story's great. It's like a cinematic story, but when you go through the story, you have to play as characters. Like you don't get to pick. It's just like, for this next section of the game, you're playing as Catwoman or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to pick my character, first of all, because that's who I want to play. Secondly, for these NRS games, these fighting games, I don't want to have to learn how to play Catwoman for like 40 minutes and then never play her again.
Yeah, that was a Cyborg for me. Like, this Cyborg. I don't believe he should be a Justice League member, in my personal opinion.
Wait, why not?
Yeah, what's wrong with Cyborg, man?
Compared to the other ones like Flash, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg is my least favorite one.
Okay, like the modern...
Yeah, like the modern Justice League. I never found Cyborg to be exciting.
I liked him as part of the Teen Titans, like in the cartoon.
Yeah, but not the Justice League.
Exactly, yeah. I get what you're putting down. It's like putting Green Arrow in there. Like, dog.
Yeah.
You're worse than Hawkeye. Yeah. Like, nobody even likes Hawkeye, and why are you here? Get out of here.
No one likes Hawkeye, and you're somehow worse than him. Okay, that's fair. Cyborg, not one of my favorites either. But that, like, how did you find that, Lex? Like, when you run through the story and they're like, okay, you have to play this character. Like, do you like that kind of thing?
No, not at all. Like, especially because the story was so good and the gameplay was so bad. That's why I shifted the gameplay to like easy, so I can literally just like mash my way through the next fight. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. That's crazy though. I can't believe that's the second game that you've beaten from the superhero side.
Yeah.
2013. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right, Gigs. What's another one that stands out in your mind?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys ever completed this one, but I did complete the first Batman Arkham Asylum, but I didn't finish the trilogy.
Oh, okay. I have this on my mind to have like brought up if no one brought this up, because I've never played any of the Batman games.
Really?
So you would like it. Yeah. Would I really?
I think so. It's okay. It's more action oriented. Well, okay. I can only speak to Arkham Asylum because that's the only one I fully completed. Mm-hmm. I never played Arkham City or the one after it. I can't remember what it's called.
If you want to play on my own, all of them, Gigs.
Lex, maybe you should be opening up a rental location.
Yeah, no kidding.
Lex's Videos, something like that.
Lex's Loot.
Lex's, yes. That's pretty good. Good. We'll brainstorm some options. get you be like what, $10 for the weekend. We gotta, inflation and all that. You gotta.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum in the first one, it's more contained. It's not a open world Assassin's Creed Ubisoft kind of nonsense. So
Which I feel like I like.
You do like those, or do you like the more structured?
No, I think I prefer it to be more structured versus like an open world. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more structured. It's more, you explore thought out locations, like things that are designed properly. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. And it has a really, really nice mix of both stealth and combat, kind of like the Insomniac Spider-Mans. You know the stealth sections in the Insomniac Spider-Man? Where like you're in the museum and you're trying to, and you can like web up guys while you're in the rafters and stuff. Okay,
so this is the part that I'm curious about, because I actually hated those parts in Spider-Man.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. But there is that aspect of Batman, where you can sneak around, you kind of go through vents and you try to, you can do that, or you can fight dudes. The combat's really fun. It's pretty similar to Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure Insomniac Spider-Man borrows heavily from Arkham Asylum's combat mechanics.
Wait, hold on. Pause for 1 second. Is Arkham Asylum also Insomniac games? Is that the same developer?
I don't think so, but you could probably fact check me.
Okay.
I don't think it is, because Insomniac is like, oh no, maybe you're right. I was thinking of, who makes those Uncharted games? Top Dog or something?
Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog, yeah. I was thinking Naughty Dog for some reason, not Insomniac in my head.
Batman Arkham Asylum Rocksteady Studios. Okay, so not Insomniac.
Okay. Anyway, so the combat's fun. It's kind of that combo-y system, but you can counter whenever you see, like, when Spidey gets his Spidey sense. Same kind of idea. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of that. So the combat's very, like, flowy, if that makes sense. You kind of jump between enemies and you, like, suplex them. And Batman's, like, built in Arkham Asylum. So he's doing some, like, pretty gnarly moves. So it's really cool. And then
this isn't like a Robert Pattinson Batman.
No.
This is like a Batfleck Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a Batfleck Batman.
Okay.
And you explore Arkham Asylum. It's more thought out, so the collectibles are a little bit more fleshed out to collect, and they're more intriguing, because it's like Riddler will give you clues and stuff, so you have to like actually do a little bit of sleuthing to find things.
Yeah.
And the story's okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing. But the gameplay itself was really, really fun, because I think it's very refreshing in this day and age when you have that open world aspect. Batman, because Arkham Asylum anyway was very like structured, so it felt more like a video game. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was just like, especially for its time, the combat was fun, the stealthing was fun, and the collectibles were fun. So I really, really liked it. I never got into the other ones just because I think by the time the sequels came out, I already moved on to PC gaming, and I didn't want to rebuy them. So that was all.
Yeah. I think, like, for my personal tastes, kind of like to what you're saying about the more structured levels of these kinds of games, like, depending on what the property is, the open world type of mechanic feels like really overwhelming to me. I've mentioned this in Breath of the Wild rants before, but like when we're talking about like GTA and Red Dead Redemption, like those types of things, for the Rockstar games, right? Where like you're roaming around in this world with no specific thing to do. It takes me a little bit out of the game, because then I'm like, okay, well, Spider-Man is easy because I can just thwip around the city and look for crimes, or like, but it's fun though, because you're Spider-Man. So even just spending 20 minutes just like thwipping through the buildings is fun in and of itself. But then when you have these games that are more based in realism, like GTA, Red Dead Redemption, where I'm just like walking around on a horse for like 20 minutes trying to find something to do, and I'm
traversing. It's like the green runs between blue runs on like a like, when you go skiing, it's just the traversing runs. They're just like, this sucks. I'm just pumping to get to the next run. There's no fun in this. I'm sweating. I'm eating shit because the edge of my board catches the snow. Give myself a concussion. Yeah.
Right? The traverse runs. And so, I mean, like, that's where I kind of was nervous about, because I think some of the later Batman games do kind of expand into more of an open world type of scenario. And I'm like, but you're Batman though. So like, what are you just driving around, or like, are you walking? Like, so what?
Okay. So this is just me basing it on what I remember. Again, I never played them, but I think in like Arkham City and stuff, you do get your Batmobile and your Batcycle, but they're like the Christopher Nolan ones. So they're like the Bat Tank. Like your motorcycle shoots missiles and stuff, I think.
The Tumbler.
The Tumbler, thank you. So I don't know if that appeals to you, but I never played them, so I can't say for certain. But I know the first Arkham Asylum, I think, is still worth a play.
Okay. I mean, yeah, definitely. If it's more structured, that definitely sounds like more of something that I could be convinced to play.
I was gonna say, plus, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. He voices Batman in it. And so does Mark Hamill do Joker. So it's like, if you want to have that bit of nostalgic kick of the OG Batman, it feels good to have him voice it. And you can we'll never get Kevin Conroy voicing Batman again. So that's a nice little nostalgia.
But you're right though. Like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill's Batman Joker pairing is like quintessential Batman Joker. Like, the two of them voicing something, I think I didn't know that, but I think that alone sells me on it. Gigs is just having the two of them kind of counterpart each other in a game. That sounds pretty sick.
It's just like, it makes you miss the old animated cartoon, right? And it's, I like that. I might honestly just go back and play the first one again, just because.
Just cause, yeah. Okay, cool. The other one that I'm going to throw out there, I feel like I am setting a weird precedent for the superhero games that I've been enjoying, because the first one that I said, Wolverine, super violent. The other one I remember is The Punisher from...
I knew it. I knew you were going to say it.
My goodness. Just play Call of Duty, dude.
Yeah.
Man, Punisher on the PS2, I believe. I think that was 2004, so I think this was in the PS2 era. The Punisher game was sick. Like that, if you wanted a game where it was just like what you would think the Punisher, I think maybe that's what it is for me, is like if the game feels like you're not playing a game with that character, but you're playing just as that character. Because the Punisher was just like, you're just running through stages with like a crazy arsenal of weapons. And you've played the Punisher, right, Lex?
I bought it because you told them. I remember the story. We were...
I own it, yeah, of course.
Yeah. We were at our Tita's place, and you were telling me about this game, and you're like, there's this one scene with the drill press. I'm like, enough said.
Oh my god.
Enough said.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then I ran over to Electronics Boutique, picked up the game, and never played it.
Because you never... I bet you that's actually worth... If it's sealed, I would have bet you that's worth something, for sure. But yeah, in this game, because it's like he's running through... I think it was the Russian mob in that game that he was like, whatever, running through people, and there's like interrogation sequences where, as the Punisher, you grab someone and you interrogate them however you feel like you want to as the Punisher. So like, yeah, drill presses,
that's
tree mulchers, like
tree mulchers. Oh no.
Yeah. There's like things like that where it's like, you can get the information, you can be like, okay, just be careful next time, and then leave them be. Or you can go another route and do Punisher things to people. And it was cool. I've never played a game like that before, where it's just very up to you how you want to run through the level, how you want to kind of interrogate and achieve whatever the specific goal is for that level. Because like I think the most comparable one from my memory is like Max Payne, like the Max Payne games.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in my head. Is it's Max Payne but with a Punisher skin?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very similar. Mechanic wise, very similar too. But like with Max Payne, you're not the Punisher, so you don't get to do as many cool Punisher things as you would in that game. But I promise I'm not always the super ultra violent superhero games. It just so happens that two of the best ones in history happen to be ultra violent ones. But I'm sure
have you seen the new trailer for the new Wolverine game for PS5?
I have. Yeah.
I feel like that's right up your alley.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I feel like you pre-ordered it. You're a backer.
Not for the violent reasons, though. It's because it looks really good.
Keep telling yourself that, dude.
Yeah.
It's fine. Own it.
Dang. Okay.
We respect it. We respect it. It's fine.
No judgment in the arcade. Okay. I appreciate that, guys. All right. We have we have some time left in the episode here. So let me kind of switch gears just for a quick minute. I just want to know if there's any superhero games that you remembered that were just absolute trash, that were just like unplayable. You thought you were coming into something that was going to be sick because it was like your favorite superhero, whatever, but you popped it in and you're just like, holy man, how did this game get made? Let's start with you on this one, Gigs.
Okay, I think we all remember this one. Superman, right? Talking about Superman on the N64? Oh, yeah. My
I own
goodness. Why? Did they pay you to take that one, actually?
Yeah. When he bought the Punisher, he was like, we'll give you a 10% discount if you take this game.
Yeah. Cost them more money to recycle it, that's why.
Oh, man.
Superman 64. Okay.
What a trash
Do you remember, like, can you give us the rundown on why this game was so terrible?
I can't even describe how bad it was. Like, controls are bad. The world, was bare and there was nothing to do. It was ugly as sin. I remember renting it and I asked my dad to take me back because I was like, I don't want to play this. Like, this is not worth the $5 for the weekend. I was like, Dad, I'm not going to play this. We might as well just go return it, ask for another one or something. And since it was
bad.
Yeah. I was going to say, since it was from like Flicks or Aurora or whatever, they were, they're friendly, like neighborhood people, locals. So, they didn't mind, but oof,
I was going to say, it's like that game is so bad that if I had returned it and they were like, there's no refunds, I still would have been like, that's fine. I just don't want it in my house.
Yeah, it saves you a trip on Sunday. It's like, well,
right.
It's like, nah, we're already going out for dinner. Let's just return this garbage.
Yeah, totally, bro. I mean, you own it, Lex, but did you play it?
I just remember there was like you have to like fly through rings. And like if you mess up, it like resets everything. I'm like, what happened? Like if you fly through the ring like off to the left of the ring, like you're still flying through the ring, but if it's not like perfectly centered, like origin point 00, it just resets and you're like, whoo, retry my maze, Superman. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's all I remember from that.
So like for the listeners who haven't played it, if you YouTube it, like you'll see right away. But I think the best way to summarize why this was a huge disappointment is because you have the 64, which is like huge at the time, right? You have like Mario 64, Star Fox, you have all these great games on the 64. And then you're like, okay, Superman 64, this is going to be sick. The problem with it is that as a Superman game, you don't do Superman things. This is exactly, okay, this is the counterpoint of what I've been saying before about playing a game as the character, right? You get to do Punisher things, you get to do Wolverine things. Superman 64 just is like a game in which you're flying through rings. You're not fighting people. You're not fighting like 90% of the game. Oh man. Because the parts where you're doing like on the floor things is like literally unplayable because of camera angles, mechanics, like just the way the game is structured, because you're not fighting characters, you're fighting like drones, like floating drones that shoot lasers or something. So you're not actually fighting enemies throughout the game. You're just doing that to get to the next flying section. So it's just like a racing game where you're just piloting Superman through rings and rings and rings. And like you were saying, Gigs, the controls were awful, first of all, but the fact that you think you're coming into playing a Superman game and all you're doing is flying through rings is like one of the most disappointing experiences I think you could have experienced as a kid. You know what I mean? Like thinking that you're going to get into something fun and exciting with Superman. So just terribly, terribly done. You YouTube it, Google it, and you'll see just people have a lot of a lot of things to say about why that game is so awful. You should boot it up, Lex. You own it. Just give it a try.
You know what it is? I bet you it was like a high school kid's senior year project to develop a video game. They were trying to make Pilot Wings, and then the studio was just like, "Oh yeah, that's good enough." And then they just put a Superman skin on some high school kid's project for Pilot Wings.
No joke. That's kind of how it felt like. Yeah. Like there was like no way that you could have imagined that actual paid video game developers created this game. High school kid project. It's pretty spot on, Gigs.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. That one's out of the way for sure. I was like, it had to have come up for sure. Lex, do you have another superhero game that kind of tanked in your opinion?
Yeah. I own 2 copies of it.
Of course you do.
One to stock, one to rock. Okay.
Yeah. I have one for the PS2 and one for the GameCube.
Okay.
It was based off a movie.
Okay.
About a cat. Woman.
Oh, what? There's a video game for that?
Yeah, the Halle Berry cat woman.
Of these?
It was like, you know when like this was like back in the time of like high school, like when you go to like an EB Games, and there was like, oh, buy one game, get another game free. And because everything was so picked over, you
that
just
was
have
the
to
only
choose
thing
the
left.
other free game of like, all right, what I got to pick something. Let's just pick this one. So I bought Catwoman for the GameCube, then I got Catwoman for PS2 for free.
Okay.
Well, because I thought it'd be like decent, because like, you know, like a lot of like the games at the time didn't really follow the movie. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. That was a very bad game. Have you guys played it before?
I honestly didn't know it existed till just now.
Yeah, I have not, but talk us through it, Lex.
The only thing I remember is like, you know, in like superhero games, you have to take out the enemies by like punching, kicking, using your weapons and stuff like that. Not this one. Nope. To take out the enemy, you have to trap them into like the environment. So like, if I wanted to take out this one enemy, I have to like lead them into the trash can, and then continue my story
I'm sorry?
from there.
What?
Yeah, that's the mechanic of the game.
So you're hurting.
Yeah. That's a good way of calling it. But it was quite bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a
2
travesty.
of those.
Yeah, that's what I don't think it's worth anything either. I think it's like a Superman 64 type thing where I have to like include it for free.
The jewel case is worth it. You bought it for the jewel case.
I don't remember what the jewel case is.
The case for it, no? Like just like the PS2 black
The disc case.
The disc case, yeah.
Yeah, it was like clean. I'm like, oh, I can use this for Wolverine.
Exactly. The one you swap out the sleeve and the disc for one of the ones that were used that were in a really torn up case. That's what you bought it for.
Golly, okay. Catwoman the game. I honestly, I don't know if I knew that existed either, Gigs, to be fair. So, yikers. That's
I want to know what your hated, not hated, but I want to know what your game is.
Mine?
It's going to be a very violent one.
It's probably just Zelda. It's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I have a worst list, no matter what it is, it's like, hey Drew, what's the worst food that you've ever had? Breath of the Wild. Zelda Breath of the Wild is the worst of any list I have. Okay, so I kind of have two. I don't know if I would say like worse in terms of like Superman 64 worst. I think this one for me was like more so really disappointing for me. This one was Iron Man for the PS2. So this was 2008. So this was the movie tie-in game, and oh gosh, it had such potential. I don't know if either of you have played it. Lex, do you own it?
I actually don't own that one. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm thrown off now.
That's wild that you don't own this.
Lex, you probably do own it. Just double check.
Hang on, I'm just buying it right now. 1 second.
eBay.
I honestly would have thought that you would have owned it. So Iron Man was... the mechanics had promise. So as Iron Man, like it has mechanics where you can fly around as Iron Man and do Iron Man things. You can land on the ground and you can like fight on the ground, unibeams, plasma blast. No, not plasma blast. What's it called? His
plasma cannon?
Why am I having a brain moment here? From his hand. What do you call that?
Is there a plasma blast? Proton?
Is it a plasma blast?
Proton. Something?
Proton blast. That's the word that's the word. Yeah. So you can do Iron Man things and it's cool. Okay. So it starts off mechanically. You're like, all right. I think this is really going to be good because I'm Iron Man. And then it somehow turns into this weird, like, the best way for me to describe it is like a bullet hell game in 3D. So
that sounds awesome.
That sounds like Star Fox.
Well, okay, so I don't know how to explain this now because you're not incorrect in that, like, yeah, it sounds like it could be good. It sounds like similar to Star Fox 3D bullet hell. So like the first stage, you're going into like, I guess this is an army base or something, and you have all of these things that are shooting missiles at you, and helicopters are shooting missiles at you, and your job is to take everything out, to clear everything out. So one of the problems is the hit stun, when you get hit, like locks you for an insane amount of time. So you get hit once and then you're basically toast because you get lock stun and then another missile hits you and then hits you. So it's really like you have to do this without getting touched a single time, right? And then the sheer amount of volume of things that are coming at you is also makes it impossible to not get touched throughout the entire thing. When you're trying to take the things, like take the whatever, the tanks, the missiles, the turrets, the helicopters down, it takes an insane amount of time to damage those things. So you remember, just putting this all together, it takes you, I'm going to throw some fake numbers out there. Let's say it takes you 30 seconds to take down a helicopter. So you're trying to hit it constantly for 30 seconds. You also have maybe 50 to 60 different kinds of missiles and projectiles coming at you that are homing towards your character. So they're not just like they go in a line and you just dodge it. They're homing at you while you're trying to hit this thing for 30 seconds. And if you get hit once, you get stun locked indefinitely. So I couldn't beat the first level of that game. It was impossible. And it was so disappointing because if you just had a Spider-Man 2 scenario, let's say an open world mechanic where you're just cruising around as Iron Man, doing Iron Man things, could have been really, really great. But
that sounds awesome. I'm surprised they haven't made a game like that yet, actually. Right?
like the ideal version of Iron Man.
Yeah, like an open world Iron Man doing Iron Man.
I thought they were like currently in development. No? Or am I?
There's been some.
Like
there's
rumors?
like some. Not rumors. What's it called? Like
leaks,
technical tests, or what do you call those? It's like they've done some like technical demos to prove that this can be like a thing.
Mm-hmm. I think a tech demo. Yeah, you're right.
Tech demo. Yeah. So I've seen a couple of those, and it looked really promising. But Iron Man is just like I want to play the game because it had good Iron Man mechanics as the character, but everything else in the game is really set up to to ruin your entire experience. So that one was just like huge disappointment for me. So never was able to come back to that one, unfortunately.
That's kind of disappointing because honestly, it sounds kind of cool if it was like Star Fox when you're flying, and then when you're on the ground, it turns into like the Spider-Man-esque.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man.
That's what I mean, though, right? It had a lot of promise, and like the even part, like when you do your superhero landing on the ground, running around, and then being able to launch off the ground and start flying right away, as like the Iron Man mechanic was like so smooth, really, really cool, but really poorly done, unfortunately.
Sad.
Yeah. All right, last few minutes here. Let's wrap up on a good note. Is there any other kind of good call-outs? Good, if you want to like speed round it with any ones that you want to make sure that we give some time in the limelight before we log off?
I got a good one.
Yeah, I got a couple too. Go for it, Lex.
Yeah.
So mine, I own 8 separate copies of this game because of just memory.
Wow. I think I know which one.
Know it. Yeah.
Is it? Does it rhyme with Schmaltimate Schmalliance?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it rhyme with Schmatman Schmermever? Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance 2, yeah, that was the very first kind of like group game that I beat. That's superheroes, and that was with you guys.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, so I ended up getting it on all the consoles.
Ultimate Alliance 2 specifically?
Yep, I have it on PS3, 360, Wii, PS2, DS, PSP, PS4, and Xbox One.
How did it release on so many things?
Did we not play Ultimate Alliance 1 together?
I think we played
not
all
with you
of them.
guys. I didn't play Ultimate Alliance 1 initially. We played Ultimate Alliance 2 first, and then we went back to the first Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and we beat Ultimate Alliance 3 together.
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah. Good times. So I have good memories tied to that game. Even if the gameplay was bad, I have good memories to that one.
I don't think it was bad. I think the first two...
The gameplay was good. Yeah, it was a great game.
Mm-hmm.
But
the third one
I
was
just have nostalgia and memory to it.
Yeah.
Third one was... The third one was not bad, but it wasn't great.
Yes,
like
exactly.
The first one, I think, was incredible.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And if they had they had a good roster. If they had an expanded roster, and if they upgraded the graphics, for example, to like an Ultimate Alliance 3 graphics, I think that game would have been such a masterpiece. But it just like it looks pretty ugly if you boot it up nowadays. Really? Yeah, it looks really aged. But the gameplay was tight, though, for sure.
Oh, that's sad. I have such good memories playing that on the PSP. Oh, that was my favorite game on the PSP. It was perfect for the PSP.
The PSP?
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance 1, the first one, not 2.
Didn't that look horrible on the PSP?
PSP as well.
Yeah. I mean, the screen's so small. It looked fine, right? Like, you couldn't really tell, to be honest.
Ultimate Alliance 2 looks terrible on the
so
DS.
Casually. I'm like, isn't that like horrible? And you're like, yep. Yeah, it did.
I mean, to be honest, I think, especially I'm pretty good at like when I go back and revisit old games, I'm pretty good about putting my mindset into the just think about it for its time. And like there are some games that were phenomenal at its time, especially now, like Metal Gear Solid. Like the aesthetic of Metal Gear Solid is timeless, in my opinion. So I'm pretty good at like just being like, oh yeah, it's an old game. It's going to look like ass. It's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, I appreciate that because if you don't, a lot of those old games that are, like you said, really great masterpiece games get overlooked if you're too worried about the graphics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance was... I will always 100% be on any Ultimate Alliance train. Like, if they were to release an Ultimate Alliance 4... it's like not even a second thought. Like I'm like, for sure I'm buying it. For sure we're going to get together and we're going to run through that. Like that's a game that the three of us are like we're in on any Ultimate Alliance game. I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there is Marvel Heroes Omega, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
It isn't. Not quite the same. But I mean, we can figure out how to get it set up for you guys at least, so we can just run through some of that MOBA style world, not MOBA, MMO kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Alliance. Just while we're on the Ultimate Alliance thought here, Ultimate Alliance 2. Do you remember who your favorite character was, Lex?
The Hulk.
I was gonna say it's the Hulk. It's always the Hulk.
It's Hulk. That's right. You like the big smashing the giant characters.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Gigs, do you remember who you had?
I do not. I kind of liked everybody, but in 2, I think when we played together, did I play Spider-Man? It was either Spider-Man or like, I don't know, Captain Marvel or something.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. 2, actually, I have the least memory of, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
It had the weird, it kind of strayed away from the comic book aesthetic, right? It was more like they tried to make it look more real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Gambit was in that one, and I feel like I probably would have tried playing Gambit, but I can't remember specifically. I know in Ultimate Alliance 1, just for the smashability of things on the screen, I ended up going towards like Magneto, I think was who I ended up. Magneto and Captain America.
Of course.
Were of course. Too. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Cap had the cool costume, the one that I liked, the old school one. I used to play that one. You used to play that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what about in 3? Who were your guys' picks for 3? That one was more recent.
When we played together,
I was Hulk or oh my god, I was Hulk or Wolverine.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Hulk or Wolverine. Okay,
yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, like you slowly unlocked characters in that one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think I played I think I played Spider-Man or Venom. I played a lot of Venom when we finally unlocked Venom.
Mm-hmm. I think this was one of my gripes with Ultimate Alliance 3 is when I felt like I have to play a character because they're the powerful one to get through a stage versus playing a character that I want to play but isn't strong enough to be. So I remember I played Black Panther all the time because Black Panther has the one move that like clears out waves and waves of enemies, but I never really liked playing Black Panther, but yeah, I have to have him on all of my teams because he's like the strongest individual character.
Right. And it was roster. Like a level up system, right? Because it's like your characters could out level others. So it's like you really hamstrung yourself. When we played, I remember it's like whenever one of us would switch, we would have to alternate because if we all changed characters, all of our characters will be underleveled and we would have such a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, Ultimate Alliance 3 had a lot of good things about it, but there's just a lot of things about it that were frustrating enough or tedious enough where it was like, it's just doesn't have that same punch as the first Ultimate Alliance, but I mean, it's there. It's for the Switch, so like it scratches the itch when you need to run some Ultimate Alliance action, right? Mm-hmm. I've been stuck on trying to unlock Infinity Thanos for the longest time because it's
you have to do a lot, right? Like all those side mission things. There's the grid that you have to do, like the whole path to get to Infinity Thanos challenge, and then you have to beat all of the DLCs at the highest difficulty. But to get to the highest difficulty, you have to beat them on the hard difficulty first. So it's like, God, it's like you have to do so much to unlock Infinity Thanos. Like I could get a college degree in something first before I even have enough mathematical time to do it. So I'm stuck at that point right now. Don't you miss when codes were a thing? Up, down, down. That's what you could do that in the first Ultimate Alliance. I remember. Yeah. I would unlock everyone.
Characters.
Yeah. And then you can
unlock
enjoy
all the power.
Exactly. Enjoy the game for the rest of it instead of being like, I really want to play so-and-so.
Yeah. All right, Gigs. What do you think? Last thoughts there. Any? Oh, sorry, Lex. Did you have any other ones?
No, I think that was a good one to end my thought wavelength on.
Yeah. All right, Gigs. What do you have?
I have a sort of a hot take-ish kind of comment. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a hot take, but I think a gem that was unfortunately handled poorly was Midnight Suns. I think, it's such a shame. I think as the actual mechanics of the battling is really, really, really good, and I think it's so fun to play those superheroes in that kind of card building, deck building setting. But my God, was that game absolutely hamstrung by its like inter-battle sections. It was like a Fire Emblem or I don't know, one of those games where you have to talk to people in the middle, and it kills the momentum of the game completely. When you're in a battle with like your favorite team, it's really, really fun, especially if you like thought about your deck and you upgraded cards and stuff like that. But when you have to go back and talk to everyone, especially because the game's like kind of poorly optimized, it's a little runs poorly. It's such a slog. And that's like,
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's like 80%. Yeah, 80% of your time is in this boring talking phase. But if they had just taken the battle part of it with the deck building and put that as just its standalone thing, put it in like a roguelike setting or something like that, or just individual battles like you would Magic the Gathering or something like that, it would be phenomenal. But absolutely hamstrung.
Dang. I have it. I think actually you gave it to me, Gigs, in one of like a Steam code. But like I've been hesitant to try to dive into it because I've heard, like you said, mixed things. But I've heard that like just the time commitment of like having to go do all of these like talk to people, build relationships and stuff, just like sucks up so much time, which I feel like is what's mostly deterring me from trying it. Right? Is that fair to say?
It definitely. It's really unfortunate. That's kind of why I think it was mishandled. They had a great system in place with all the character designs are awesome. Man, when you get to see some of their like powers and stuff, and it's really cool. But my goodness, is that middle bit? It's not middle bit. It's 3/4, 80% of the game.
80%.
It feels like you're walking around with like two broken legs. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh gosh,
you know what I mean? It's very painful and really unpleasant. And I'm so sad. And I wish there was someone smart enough. There probably is, but you know, I wish there was someone that would mod it to just remove it. You know what I mean? Just give us the core gameplay, give us full decks, and like build our decks however we want and just battle. That would be
just play. Yeah,
that would be beautiful, but
okay.
Sadly, not the case.
Not the case. Okay. Okay. Do you have one that's gonna end us on a good note?
Marvel Heroes Omega is back. Kind of, sort of. That's a good note.
Sort of, maybe. Yeah. Well, do you have another one, or was it just Midnight Suns was the last one that you had?
The Midnight Suns was the last one I had. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So Marvel Heroes Omega is there. It's not how do we?
It's fan run. We'll call it. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. That's a good way of saying
community. It's a community game.
There you go. Yeah. Marvel's Heroes Omega is it's like an isometric kind of game similar to Diablo, I would say, right? Yeah. Online capabilities, tons of superheroes in that one, and it's has the ability for you to run through story version of the game, or you can just run through, I don't know, what would you call them, like mobs? Like you're just like in a city, just running through mobs and leveling up and you know,
dungeon runs kind of thing.
Dungeon runs, yeah. Just clicking through, destroying enemies, blasting through stuff. kind of like mindless power leveling kind of thing. So we got to get it working for you, Gigs, though.
Well, no, we got to get it working for Lex. I actually got it working.
Oh, you did?
It took me forever, but I managed to get it working. Yeah. I even tried it. I tried it on the Steam Deck for a bit. Yeah.
What? And so it like runs pretty smooth on the Steam Deck?
Questionable.
It runs on the Steam Deck?
It runs on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck sounds like it's taking off into outer space because the fan's working so hard.
Okay.
But I mean, I can play it on the PC, like on my normal PC. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, and Lex, you've not been able to get it to work.
No, I don't know what it is. I think I might need like a different setup here. Like it would work easily if I had my setup that I have back in my OG city, but here not so much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so that's just like power wise, like your setup is not powerful enough to run it, is what you're saying?
Either that or like I can't get the settings right, because I know you guys sent me the links for getting it set up.
Yeah.
But I remember the first hurdle. There was something about an issue with my Steam account too. That's why I haven't been playing anything on Steam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so a couple things.
We'll figure something out. I mean, a little bit harder probably with with some action happening outside of the video gaming world for us to set some time up to do some dungeon runs in Heroes Omega. But I think it would still be good to get everyone access to it in case we do have those times where we can just jump in and do some runs for 30 minutes, 60 minutes kind of thing. So we'll figure that out, Lex. We'll get you set up there because I think that will have to be our Ultimate Alliance way to scratch the itch until Ultimate Alliance 4 comes out. Hopefully ever.
Someday. Released in a way with like really good gear system and like our favorite heroes. Man, I would if it had like Cosmic Invasion, if it had like that cast, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Sponsor us, Marvel. All right, folks, that's a wrap for us this week on the Triple XP Arcade. We always love hanging out with you in the party, so please leave a comment below and let us know what your first superhero game memory is, or what your most favorite superhero video game is of all time. Also, I kind of want to know what you think the worst one is and why it's Superman 64. If it's not, I'm really interested to know if you think there's anything worse than Superman 64. Be sure to follow us on socials so you don't miss any drops with new episode releases every single Friday. Until then, game on, stay nerdy, and remember, you always level up faster at the Triple XP Arcade.